Hi, I'm Marta and this is NotEnoughTECH, and today it's gonna be a full review of this doorbell, which is Xiaomi Video Doorbell with FaceAI. And FaceAI was something that got me instantly intrigued with this product. Now, the doorbell isn't here anymore because for the last 2 weeks it's been mounted to my front door. But I have a fancy box, and if you want me to mess around and see how it looks like inside, there is a hands-on experience video I'm gonna link in here. With that said, today we're gonna talk, is it worth having one? Should you get one? And is it any good? And since it's still on my front door and I'm still using it, it's definitely an interesting product. First of all, there's a couple of things and videos I'm going to show you and share how it works. So right now what you should see, it's a couple of clips on the screen from videos during the day and during the night and during the infrared experience. So this is the video quality you should expect from it. Now the video is 720 and it's hosted on the Chinese server, which means actually getting the footage takes a couple of seconds before you can load it on your local device, and then you can download it to your local device, and it's obviously much quicker. But this is one of the disadvantages. This device runs only right now on the Chinese server. It does not run on any other servers, so bear that in mind. Now, even though it's Xiaomi and it's in Chinese server, there's a language options for English, and you can customize everything else in English. So you can have your notifications, you can have your voice default messages, etc. in English, so don't fret. Now, there is no way at the moment to store that footage locally. You cannot pick different server, you cannot specify your NAS drive and store that video, which is a bit of pants. However, well, it is not an expensive doorbell. This video footage is available for a year as in a free plan. It's available for 7 days, and it costs about, I'd say about $15, maybe $20 a year. And after that free year expires, you have 24-hour access to footage. After 24 hours, it gets wiped. Now, the video can span up to 15 seconds long per clip, and it can be recorded depending on motion settings and a ring bell. Basically, if you press the button, it records it. If it detects the motion, then you set it to detect the motion and record it, it'll do it. Now, the interesting stuff about the doorbell that I really like. Now, when someone's at the doorbell and presses the button, you get obviously a notification, and it's very good to have some sort of maybe a Mi Hub or maybe speakers that come with it. I'm using a Mi Home Hub, which is great. You can customize your ringtones, you can create custom profiles. I have a 50% volume at night, I have a 100% volume at day. You can customize your how the doorbell behaves, flash the lights and do all that stuff. What's missing really is the FaceAI automation. So you cannot flash red light when your partner is outside and green light when a stranger is outside, which is slightly disappointing. Now, with that said, I came up with the best settings for my situation, because the motion settings are sensitive enough to pick up the cars on the road, which is 12 meters away. So I've set my doorbell to respond to a human detection for 3 seconds, so someone has to be there for 3 seconds, and the cooldown is 60 seconds, and I found this to be the best kind of middle ground, so it doesn't really capture everything in there because I'm not interested in that. And when someone's approaching actually my front porch, it will get captured and I see a face of the person. In terms of delays in notification, when someone rings the bell, it takes about 2 to 3 seconds for notification on the phone and for the signal or alarm via Mi Home to appear, which isn't instant. However, it's not bad. That 2 or 3 seconds, I'm not really bothered. If someone's interested to actually speak to me, they'll wait. So what happens when you actually press the doorbell? You get notification on your phone. When you click on that, you've got live view. Live view gives you following option. You can actually talk to a stranger outside as you would through an intercom. If you prefer not to talk, or you can send a voice message saying like, "Hey, leave the parcel at the door, I'll collect it in a couple of minutes because I'm having a shower or something. Or if you're away from home, it's probably not the best idea to tell them that you're away from home. You can send them a message saying like, okay, I'll collect that in a minute, or can you please leave it with the neighbors?
So you can hear how the collection is going and whether you can actually talk with them, someone at the door or not. I'm just talking with the normal voice before I think I raised place about playlist not even spam.
So there you go. There is a voice changer, so if you have kids or something, you can try that. I don't know how that would change the kid's voice and whether it would be recognizable, but it's something cool really, because if the kids are inside, it's probably best you could shift their voice a little bit, and no one appearing at your door would kind of know that the kids are on their own. So that's a bonus. Settings are synchronized when the device is online for the most part. The device won't be online, it will be sleeping until it gets activated either via press of the button or motion sensor, which leads me to a very peculiar situation when you change the settings to disable the motion control. And if you want to enable this motion control later on, you have to actually go downstairs and press the button. So until someone presses the button, wakes up the doorbell pulls the next settings, that won't apply, which is slightly disappointing. I would expect the doorbell maybe to connect once a day just to check for everything, check for updates and pull new settings. Unfortunately, that's not happen. If you have a motion detection on and you change some settings, on the next motion detection that settings would be applied. But obviously if the motion detection is over, well. Now let's talk about exciting things. The FaceAI. FaceAI is quite accurate. On submitting 2-3 samples per face, there are 3 people living in my household, was enough to accurately detect the face whenever someone's outside or leaving home for work or coming back. Now there is an option to get a notification when a friendly face or tagged face approaches the home without triggering the doorbell. So when my wife's coming home, the doorbell discovers the motion and let me know that she's at the door before she opens the door, before she uses the doorbell. Now when the doorbell is being hit, you get that obviously notification as well. It tells you if the tagged person is there, it tells you that person tag in a notification, which is nice. Now you could in theory use Tasker to automate it and do extra stuff with it, which probably I can, but it's well, I would be looking into integrating this with Node-RED first, because I don't want to send this to Tasker and from Tasker to elsewhere. It's not the ideal solution. However, I could, in theory, grab that notification information with Tasker and announce the name of the person at the door using Tasker. So that's something I'll be exploring definitely. Now, I think that's pretty much everything I had after 2 weeks of using this doorbell. I've not missed a stranger once, however, both me and my wife ignored the doorbell on a single occasion when she thought it was just some strange notification and I was recording something else and I just ignored my phone notification. So for the last 2 weeks the doorbell has been behaving really well. It's worth of notice that I've printed a special cover for to protect it from the rain, because it's not a doorbell, which is a shame. It's not a doorbell that is really designed outdoors. Now in UK the temperature is really mild and it's a bit rainy. However, the doorbell is rated from 0 to 45 degrees, and I think this is due to batteries. So if you connect it via wire or something like that, which is possible, you should be okay, because electronics is much more resistant to that. And I've printed a small roof over it, which you can see there on the screen, and that should shield the back of the doorbell from environment. And I think the doorbell is going to be okay. Now the doorbell is there to stay. I'm not using experimental features like a knocking, because what I've done sometimes when I slap the door too much, it triggers the alarm. It thinks that someone's tampering with the doorbell, and that's siren is quite loud actually, so it lasts about 10 seconds or something, so it's enough to put someone off and not to wake entire neighborhood. So final words, am I pleased? Yes, The FaceAI feature is really interesting. I've been tagged several times with a very similar agent to mine, which I was really impressed. It can discover people in glasses as well, and it's a fun to use feature. Additional to that, I would like to have this used with Node-RED. Now, I've not experimented anything with Node-RED, mostly because the doorbell isn't online for the most part. So I have to have it here, press the button, and actively monitor the connection to discover how to connect to it, how to intercept that information, because so far that's not been sent to my hub as a Zigbee message or anything else like this. So I'm slightly disappointed that my hub doesn't relay that to Node-RED. I'll be looking into it, so hopefully I'll discover the ways to hack into it and use that FaceAI for some amazing projects. I totally have one that would take a picture, throw it online of that stranger, found the name of the most famous, most similar person, and just have Google Home announce this, I don't know, hey, there is a Brad Pitt outside of your door. So I would love to do that. I don't know if it's possible, but I'll be looking into that. For now, I'm quite happy. I'm gonna stay with this doorbell until something better comes along. But FaceAI is really interesting, and if in the future Xiaomi gets to update their things quite often, if in the future we're gonna have more functionality and more fun with it, it's definitely gonna be fun to use. So if you're looking for a doorbell for about $60, it is not a bad choice. The only downside is if you really need that local storage for recording, you can download every single clip, but you can do it for now manually. There is no way to kind of design a different server. I don't know if that's going to change after the premium expires or something. Probably going to find out in a year. But I'm still going to have that 24-hour backup, and for most part, the images outside of my door are just not that interesting. If you want one, link in the description, you can purchase one and support the channel as well. And big thanks for GearBest for giving me a great discount on this doorbell, because I was really interested. I purchased it from my own funds, but full disclosure, they've been really nice and gave me a decent discount on that. So if you fancy getting that, and if you fancy checking on the progress and development on this doorbell, just follow me on social media and this channel, and whenever I've got something, I'll keep you posted. And if you want that notification bell, I do not have a schedule yet. I'm too busy person to have a schedule, so if you don't want to miss a video, just click on that too. As for now, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.